Greetings, roller coaster fanatics, and welcome out to a Fan Facts the Ride. So yes, there's a Fan Facts the Ride and a Fan Facts Park Tour on the same day. We're gonna have fun with this, so here we go. Let's start with the Fan Facts the Ride. And today's ride, since we did Valorant event, we're gonna move on to another new coaster that I got to ride. It's not really brand new, it's just a coaster that I got to ride for the first time in 2016. Let's move down to Kennywood for Skyrocket. This is, of course, the Skyrocket 1 model. This was not the Skyrocket 2. This is the one before that that has a little bit more of a unique layout and is not cloned. So let's begin. So this is right now the newest roller coaster to be actually opened at Kennywood. This opened June 29th, 2010. This was a roller coaster manufactured by Premier Rides. They're famous for making launch roller coasters. Of course, they're now famous for their Skyrocket 2 models like Tempesta at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, or Superman Ultimate Flight located at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. So Skyrocket is the name of the coaster, but it's also the model name. Of course, the main one is the Skyrocket 2 model that I talked about earlier, that it's all around the globe now as clones. But this was the first one, and is it better than the second ones? For me, a little bit. It's a little bit better because it's more unique and I don't get a headache like I do in the Skyrocket 2 models. But anyway, let's dive right into this. We're going to start with the facts. So here we go. This coaster has a height of 95 feet and it's also dropped at that height as well. And it's a 90-degree straight down drop, and it's really fun. This coaster has a maximum speed of 50 miles per hour. It has that after the drop and after the launch. So the launch is 0 to 50. Well, it's not really 0. It's more like 4 or 5 miles per hour because you turn out of the station and then launch up to 50 miles per hour up to that 95-foot tall height limit. So it's not too big. It's not this amazing standout ride. But for what elements it brings to the coaster, it's pretty nice. The coaster has a maximum length of 2,500 feet of track. So this roller coaster, it's very interesting on what point of view you are. If you're one of those people that agree with overbanked turns being inversions, then you'll say that this coaster has 3 inversions. But if you're like me and only consider a full upside down element to be an inversion, then you consider this coaster only having 2. They're just 0G barrel rolls. Which are very fun. I mean, they actually provide a lot of hang time, and it's really nice. So that's basically the overall facts for Skyrocket. Now let's move on to the overall experience. So of course, you first start off with those weird cramped seats. Not as cramped. I only got to ride in the front row because I could care less if I was in the other rows. Premier Rides doesn't really have these stand-out back row experiences. Every once in a while, like their older models can be pretty fun in the back. Newer ones, not so much because they're very cramped and it can lead to lots of headaches. And I mean, it's just, I go on and off for when it comes to the back rows on Premier Rides roller coasters. So I mainly rode in the front. Wasn't as cramped as most other Premier Rides coasters. I was very surprised that I could actually move my legs a little bit. And which is heaven, is that there's no shoulder straps. It is just a lap bar, and it made my day. I got to actually ride a lap bar. I'm looking at you, Tempesto. So then the train dispatches and it makes a left turn, and then it goes right into the 50-mile-per-hour launch. It's a great launch. It's kind of short-lived, and you don't feel like you're being whipped into it like or launched, should I say. You feel the launch, but you're not just getting shot right into it like some other of the Premier Rides roller coasters. And then you crest up to the 95-foot tall drop or height, and it's a very fun part. I love the G-forces you pull when you go right up into it. You really get planted in your seat, and then you come out for a lot of air time, and it is amazing. It is really good. And then here's what I call Premier Rides version of a dive coaster. They have brakes right on the drop, so it hangs you just a little bit, 90 degrees, and you keep going, and then you go right into it. And the drop is very quick, so you don't really get you feel the drop when you're hanging, but as soon as you let go, boom, you're right into plenty of G-forces, going to the overbank turn, and this is the best part of the ride. It's just these elements after another. We start off with the overbank turn, and then we go into the 0G roll. Oh my gosh, you get a lot of hang time, and you whip through it really fast, and as soon as that hang time is over, you go right into some more positive G-forces, and into the mid-course brake run. And that's basically the best part of the ride. It is great. I love it to death. The brakes kind of trim you a little bit too much, but afterwards you drop. It's not really 90 degrees, but it is pretty steep, is what it felt like anyway. And then you do, then you plant and turn around left. And this is pretty fun because you're pulling positive G's. And here comes the last element of the ride that really stands out. And that's a barrel roll. And it's great. It's such a great element of the ride. Once again, pull lots of G-forces and you're going through it fast. So it is overall great. And then this is where the coaster that was so good and it was just breathtaking fall flat. So it makes a right turnaround and goes into a lot of S-curves. And I mean, S-curves are hit or miss. If you do them right, they're amazing. If you do them wrong, you basically have a boring ride. And that's what this turns into. Very boring, and you're not going through fast, you're just going very slow through it, and it's just like, okay, this just doesn't work. And it kind of turns around again to the right. And you don't really feel anything because you're kind of going slow and you feel a little bit of vibration, which is very interesting. And here comes another pointless part of the ride to end it out, because now you got to somehow make it back to the station, is they have these two air-timeless hills that really do nothing for the ride. It goes up, here we go, nope. So after that, then you pull into the brake run. Overall, the first half is phenomenal, but after that barrel, it falls south so fast. Oh, jeez. But do I recommend riding it? Yes, this is a very unique coaster since it's finally the only one like it, and we don't have clones because most Premier Rides coasters are clones. I'm not saying all, but most of them, thank you Six Flags, are clones. This is overall a really nice ride. Of course, lines will get really long on this roller coaster since it is in the front of the park. And it is the newest coaster at Kennywood too, so of course it would be the more popular coaster to visit. It's great. Definitely recommend front row. Maybe ride it a couple times. At night, it has some really nice blue lighting around it, so it might be nice at night. I did not get a chance to ride at night. Overall, it was really nice. So I'm going to give Skyrocket at Kennywood a B-. So thank y'all for watching this Fan Facts The Ride. Make sure to check out the Fan Facts Park Tour, which will be later today. So make sure to check that out. Thank y'all for watching. And as always, roller coaster fanatics, keep coasting.